Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living. My name's Gary. What we're going to do today is a really quick breakfast. We're going to make oat groats with a pear flavor. Come and see how this turns out. I think you'll find it a unique breakfast.
Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living, a whole food plant-based lifestyle.
Now it's about 5:30 in the morning right now. And the reason why is that we're having a unique heat wave here in Southern California. And about 9 o'clock in the morning, it turns out to be like 90 degrees. So what do? You have to eat breakfast really early so you have the nutrients to feed your body to take care of the chores you want to take care of in the morning, but you also want to eat healthy. So what we're doing today is we're making oat groats. This one here is organic gluten-free oat groats. We're gonna combine it with fresh, ripe pears. We're gonna cook it in the Instapot for 22 minutes, and then what we're gonna do is serve it. Now this is just basically a single dose. Okay, so let's get started. So what do you need? I have a 6-quart Instapot. Of course, you're gonna need a lid, though some people use the glass lids. You're gonna need 2 cups of filtered water, good water to drink. You need half a cup of your oat groats, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I just like Himalayan Sea Salt, but you can use anything you want. You're gonna need Guatemalan cardamom. Doesn't have to be Guatemalan, but you need cardamom. And 2 fresh pears. And that's it. So now I'm gonna show you how to put it together. So the first thing you do is you try to be as quiet as possible because there's other people in the house that are actually sleeping. So here I turn on my Instapot. I'm putting in 2 cups of water. Half a cup of oat groats. Now before I even did this, I'm going to show you how to wash them, but I've already done that. You need a pinch of salt. I can't find my 1/8 teaspoon. A pinch of salt is 1/8 of a teaspoon. You need half a teaspoon of, half a teaspoon, so here it is. Half a teaspoon of your Guatemalan cardamom, and this is ground. You need your pears. We could get fancy, and put them on a board, but we can just also cut them up like that. Yeah, that wasn't good. Be nice if they stayed in a pot. Now it'd be good if you were to cut them up like 1/2-inch pieces. While this is cooking, I'm going to go outside and do my chores. Today in the garden, I'm removing the white fencing and I'm getting ready to make the garden normal again. I gotta sneak in a walk for my dogs too. Okay, so that's it. That's all there is to it. Then you put the lid back on. No, it's reversed because it's over there. On mine, the pressure knot is in right here. You just to make sure it's not to the left or the right, it's the same thing. Keep it in the center, it'll seal correctly. Then, mine is always on manual, but you press in case you could press manual. And then what you want is 22 minutes. Or, let's see, so we're just gonna bring it down. Let's make it 20 minutes. Okay, so what you want is 20 minutes. And then you adjust it, but either way, that way. Okay, so that's it. Right there. Until it turns on. And that will start the process going. It'll buzz when it's finished, and then what we're going to do, instead of pressing this over here, release the steam, we're going to do what they call natural venting. We're going to let it vent on its own, and that'll add a little bit more time to cooking time. All right, so see you in a little bit. All right, so the buzzer just rang. So all you do then is you find the off button, get to it right there, and you turn it off. And then right there is steam. You're gonna let it go naturally. Eventually, it's gonna just run out. It's about 15-20 minutes, okay? So we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, now we're gonna undo it. It's completely vented, and I just heard the drop lock. So that's, you couldn't do this if it was still locked. Okay. And what do we have here? So as you can see, there's a lot of water left over. But now, it's not water anymore. It's pear water, pear juice. So here's what you could do if you wanted to. I put in a lot of ingredients in my bowl. So even though there's water in here, I'm not gonna drain that water. But you could do that. You could do this. You put your screen over your bowl, and then you tilt this forward, like so. And you basically empty the contents of it in your screen. Now if you're going to pick up the liner, you want to test it so you don't burn yourself. Then you just pick it up, and you pick this up, just kind of wiggle a little bit, and you pour the contents. Now, for me, that could probably last me 2 meals. So then let me show you what I do next. I use these Tupperware, oh, okay, this is Rubbermaid, and then I split it in half. Then tomorrow morning, I have this meal already. And for me, that's about right. Right, just like that. I saved this because this is basically juice, water with pears in it. Let's see what it tastes like. It's got a kind of a mild flavor. I can use this someplace else. And then I put this in the fridge for tomorrow morning. Okay, so it's 6:15 right now. Plenty of time to do the work I need to go before it gets really ridiculously hot outside. What I have here is delicious oat groats with the pears in it, and they're nice and chewy, and they taste delicious. Now, this has no sugar. If you're a type of person that wants to have a slightly more sugary type of breakfast, just put maple syrup on it. If you're vegan, you could use agave nectar. You could use organic sugar. You could use monk fruit. There's a lot of choices that you can use. Yeah, this turned out really nice. This video was just to show you another way to be able to eat your oat groats. I want you to assure you that the amount of time that you cook it on the stove top to the amount of time that you stick in the Instant Pot is almost identical. You're not saving any time at all. the advantage of doing it in Instapot is that it's just one less thing to have to worry about. You're going to cook something in Instapot, after it's finished, you just simply wash out the container, stick it in your dishwasher, and it's all done. Most of my friends and my family who eat oat groats make large batches, store it in mason jars, and they'll have the same thing for the entire week. I am a type of person that likes to have different breakfasts in the morning. So today it's going to be pear. Tomorrow it might be peach. Whatever is available in your local area, that's what you use. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on how to make pear oat groats, and we'll see you soon in our next video. Bye-bye now.
Okay, so this morning you can see my cereal is solidified a little bit, but by the time I put in my teaspoon of old psyllium husk, my vegan protein mix, and my flaxseed, this is going to be really thick. And this is the reason why I always have, in this case, it's a little thicker than normal, but I have, in this case, loose oat groats. Now here what I have is I have about half the container, you can see it over here, and I'm going to be putting in my teaspoon of flaxseed and my psyllium. Watch that on the top, then I'll mix it together. Now here, where my finger is, this is the flaxseed, this is the psyllium, and this is my vegan protein powder. I like to use vanilla. I can be vegan, but this way I get all my amino acids. I get everything I possibly can need for an entire day. Alright, so this ends this video. I just wanted to share that little piece with you.
Well, thanks a lot for watching this quick video.
If you like what you see, subscribe. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up.